Ever sent money to someone and wondered where it vanished off to for a bit? Or maybe you've been on the receiving end, anxiously waiting for funds to land in your account. We've all been there, and a lot of the time, this waiting game comes down to something called relay payments. But just how long do these relay payments take? That's exactly what we're diving into today. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of timelines, let's understand what we're even talking about. A relay payment, in simple terms, is when your money doesn't go directly from your bank to the recipient's bank. Instead, it takes a bit of a detour, going through one or more intermediary banks. Think of it like sending a package through a few different postal sorting offices before it reaches its final destination. Each of these sorting offices is a relay bank. Why does this happen? Well, there are a few reasons. Sometimes, your bank and the recipient's bank might not have a direct connection for international transfers. They might use different payment networks or be located in regions with varying financial regulations. Relay banks act as bridges, facilitating these transactions across borders and systems. Other times, it might be due to internal bank policies, security checks, or even just the sheer volume of transactions being processed. So, now that we know what a relay payment is, the million-dollar question remains: how long does it take? Unfortunately, there's no single, definitive answer. It's a bit like asking how long a piece of string is. It depends. Several factors can influence the processing time. First off, the type of transfer matters. Domestic transfers within the same country tend to be faster, often settling within one business day, sometimes even instantly. However, even within a country, if different banks are involved and they don't have a streamlined process, a relay might be necessary, adding a bit of time. International transfers, as you might expect, are where relay payments are most common, and they can take significantly longer. We're talking anywhere from a few hours to several business days, and in some rare cases, even longer. The distance between the countries, the regulations in each country, and the efficiency of the relay banks involved all play a role. Another key factor is the currency being exchanged. If a currency is less commonly traded, it might take longer to find a suitable exchange rate and process the payment. Think of it like trying to find a rare stamp. It might take some searching. The specific banks involved are also crucial. Some banks are simply more efficient than others. They might have better technology, more streamlined processes, or dedicated teams for international transfers. A relay payment going through a highly efficient bank will naturally be faster than one going through a bank with slower, more manual processes. Time zones can also throw a wrench into the works. If you're sending money from the US to Australia, for example, the time difference can mean that processing is delayed until the next business day in the recipient's country. And let's not forget about holidays. Bank holidays in either the sender's or recipient's country, or even in the countries where the relay banks are located, can cause delays. It's always a good idea to check the holiday calendars for all relevant countries when making an international transfer. Security checks and compliance procedures are another important consideration. Banks have a legal obligation to prevent money laundering and other financial crimes. This means that some transactions might be flagged for additional scrutiny, which can add to the processing time. If a transaction is flagged, it doesn't necessarily mean anything is wrong, it just means the bank needs to carry out due diligence. So, what can you do to speed things up? While you can't control everything, there are a few things you can keep in mind. Firstly, choose your transfer method wisely. If speed is your top priority, you might consider using a service that specializes in fast international transfers, although these often come with higher fees. Compare the costs and transfer times of different options before you make a decision. Secondly, ensure you have all the correct information. Double-check the recipient's name, account number, and bank details. Even a small typo can cause significant delays. It's like giving the wrong address to the postman. Your package is going to get lost. Thirdly, be aware of cutoff times. Banks often have specific cutoff times for processing international transfers. If you miss the cutoff, your transfer will be processed the next business day. Finally, communicate with your bank. If you're concerned about the progress of your transfer, don't hesitate to contact your bank and ask for an update. They should be able to provide you with more information about the status of your payment. Now, let's talk about some real-world examples. Imagine you're sending money from your account in London to a friend in Mumbai. The transfer might go through a relay bank in Frankfurt. The time it takes will depend on the efficiency of the banks in London, Frankfurt, and Mumbai, as well as the time difference and any potential holidays. Or let's say you're making a payment within the same country, but to a smaller, regional bank. Even though it's a domestic transfer, the smaller bank might not have a direct connection to your bank, requiring a relay through a larger bank. This could add a day or two to the processing time. The key takeaway here is that relay payments are a necessary part of the global financial system, but they can add variability to transfer times. While there's no magic bullet for instant international transfers in every case, understanding the factors involved can help you manage your expectations and choose the best transfer method for your needs. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.